Well, if I was radicalized in the American Indian movement. Yes, and I stand on the shoulder of so many people, of so many people. Um, when we took the statue down last year, yep, and I organized it, I planned it, but I was not on the ropes. And so many people come up to me and say, thank you for taking that statue down. But I have to give the credit to the women in our Two Spirit and the men who were there because they were on the front lines. They were on the front of the rope. They are my true heroes. Um, and he had to come down in broad daylight. That was one of the biggest things, and it had to come down at 5 o'clock because the news was starting, and we needed the world to see this. Yes. Um, and so I didn't have to go to court. I had restorative justice. I had a great lawyer in Jack Rice. And my sentence was 100 hours of community service to teach and educate on the genocide that happened here in the United States and Minnesota. And I told the judge that I would be more than happy to do more than 100 hours. But you know what? This is a task that, and I have so many friends who are teachers and educators, we all got to stand up. And we have people out there now trying to pass laws to stop teaching history. And that's got to stop. When I was charged and I spoke to the prosecutor, and they said, yes, we know about the genocide and we know about the trauma. And I said, I need that in writing. I need that in writing. And so this is what she said. She says, as the prosecutor, I acknowledge that the violence, exploitation, and forced assimilation that has been inflicted upon Native people has been perpetrated from colonial times into modern times. And the trauma resulting from it is still present. The impact of those harms is largely unrecognized and unknown to the dominant culture. So we got to have everybody say this. Tim Walz, he's channeling Sibley and Ramsey, and what they did to our people and the Dakota people here, he's just continuing it, and it's got to stop. And when I speak to groups of people, one of the first things I say is to the white people. The first message I say is, you were not here, you didn't do it, I wasn't here, and it didn't happen to me. And we had a lot of help. Our people, long time ago, we had help from white people. And I would like to think that most of the white people here today are the descendants of those who helped our people. But there might be one or two of you here whose ancestors did some horrific things, but you have to remember, you did not do it. We are not here to blame you. The rub and the animosity comes from the fact that y'all are still benefiting from that horrific genocide that happened, and me and my people are still suffering. We're not blaming you, but we need your help for some equality. We need land back. When I spoke to the mayoral candidates over at Little Earth the other day, I asked every one of them if they knew they were on stolen land, and they all raised their hand and said yes. And then I asked them, would they be willing to give land back? We have homelessness, we have unemployment. Would they be willing to give a city park back? And I specifically said Powderhorn, Theo Worth Park, and Minnehaha. And every one of them said yes. Yes, we would give the land back. And we got to start with the Indian Mounds Park. That belongs to the Dakota people. That's a cemetery. Take your swing sets, take your picnic tables, take your tower, and give the cemetery back. It's an ancient burial ground. Fort Snelling should be the next one on the list. That should be given back. We are in a paradigm shift. Since George Floyd happened, since he lost his life, we are in a paradigm shift, and we have to take this by the horn. And these people are trying to slam that door. so hard, and it's up to us, each and every one of us, to keep that door open. We have to keep it open. And what happened was the church and the state, they're the ones who teamed up, and they took everything we ever had. And so, and I'm not a Christian, but I love Jesus. He's not my Lord and Savior, but Jesus, he hung out with the whores and the beggars and the thieves and the drunks. And he helped the poor, and he helped the widowed, and he helped the sick and the orphans. Who did he think was wicked? Was the people in the state house and the people in the temple. And so today, when we have the prostitutes and the drunks and the beggars and the thieves, who made them? Why is she selling her ass? Why is he begging? Why is he? It's because the church and the state took everything we ever had. That's why Jesus hung out with those people. So if you believe in Jesus, you got to turn this around. These people aren't for you. This guy over here isn't for you. He told me that they do a lot of charity in the Indian community. Bernard Hebda. I said, why we have poor Indians to begin with? Why you have to give charity to them? Because you took everything we ever had. That's why. So I come from Bad River, Wisconsin, and we have Line 5 up there we're trying to shut down. And we have natives, our own people, want to keep it. They want us. We have our own people support these pipelines. And part of me understands why, because they want the money. They want the resources. They want the jobs. I understand all that, but if they would have honored their treaties, we wouldn't be sitting here begging. We'd be the richest people in the world. Just honor the treaties. Anyway, we have a lot of people here. I just want to say thank you very much for coming. And if you could say a little prayer for Clyde Belcourt. He's not doing very well. Thank you very much.